Entrepreneurs love new challenges, new problems to solve, new mountains to climb. It's just how we're wired, right? No matter how much you might love your business, at some point it's going to bore you to tears. Now, does that mean you should go off and start some new venture or sell off the company entirely, or maybe just hire your replacement and ride off into the sunset? And those are all legitimate options. But what if you know that now is not the right time for any of those things, and yet you still have the boredom? What do you do? Well, today I want to give you 3 great ideas on how to fight boredom in your business, along with the amazing books that these ideas come from. So I want to jump in right away with the very first idea, which is to fall in love with your clients. This comes from one of the smartest marketing minds ever, which is Jay Abraham, and this book. And what he's saying is basically when you fall in love with your clients, you start to look at everything with fresh eyes. And you ask yourself things like, are you really providing the best products and services? Are you really solving the problem they care the most about? Are you really creating a client experience they can't shut up about? And it goes back to what I think is one of the great timeless principles in all of business, which is his strategy of preeminence. And that means that you look at everyone, clients, prospects, and users alike, not as, people who just pay you money, but as people who are under your protection. In other words, you take on the responsibility to help them solve their true problem and reach their true goal. That might all sound like just being a good human, but that even means recommending a less expensive product than what they came to you for, or maybe even sending them to a competitor if they have a product that just is a better fit for that person. It's a mentality I was very fortunate that I was exposed to before I even became an entrepreneur, and I took that with me into my business, and it set me apart from all of my competitors. It's hard to even describe how amazing it is, how the level of respect changes when you treat the other person and you put them first by talking about their concerns and their fears and their challenges and their goals and their big why, and putting that first. You have to experience it for yourself. But once you taste it and you start to build up that word of mouth and that reputation in your industry for having that mentality and treating people like that, you will never be the same. You can never go back to any other way of doing business. So I cannot recommend strongly enough that particular book, even if all you read was the chapter on the strategy of preeminence, because it will change how you look at everything and everyone in your business. And I think it's one of the best ways to fight boredom is to fall in love with your clients. Now, the second way to fight boredom in your business is to focus on the small tweaks. Find the detail within the fundamentals. And great athletes are some of the best at making that little mental shift. They look at each game, each practice, each scrimmage as an opportunity to improve some small element of their game. And Kobe Bryant is the absolute, legend as far as this mentality, because he started doing it when he was just a teenager.
Because when you're playing summer basketball, there's so many games. So there's not a lot of skill work being done. So when are you going to get better? Right? When you're playing in competition situations, you're only playing to your strengths. Why? Because you want to win. Right? So what I would do, I was work on the things during those games that I was weak at. Left hand, pull up jump shot, post game. Right? So I have a strategy.
Athletes understand that there's always some underdeveloped area of their game that can be improved, and they actually enjoy the process of finding areas to improve. It's what keeps them focused and in the game mentally. And we can do the same thing in our business. Even if you run a business where you're a little bit removed from the fundamentals, there's people working under you. Maybe it's how you onboard new clients, or how you identify and raise up talent, or how you deliver your product and service. Whatever the case is, there's always some element, some fundamental of your business where it needs to get better, and small tweaks can be made. And once you identify that area, then you can flex your creative muscles on working to improve in that area, and it keeps you mentally in the game in your business. Just look at the book Relentless by Tim Grover, where he talks about Michael Jordan's mentality and a little bit about how they met. It really gives you an inside peek into what led Jordan to become the greatest basketball player of all time. He had that mentality of relentless, constant improvement, even going into the fundamentals of the game, the things he already did at a high level, and looking for areas to improve. And we can do the same thing. Now, before we finish with the third way to fight boredom in your business, do me a favor and hit the like button right this second. You know the drill. It feeds the algorithm so more people see the video. And here's the third way, which is to channel your creativity into your sales and marketing. So when you look at any of Dan Kennedy's books, and there's a whole stack of them behind me on that shelf, you just get the sense that there's so many things in your sales and marketing that could be optimized if you put the time in. So we're talking about messaging, copywriting, direct mail, landing page optimization, conversion rate optimization, new website websites, lead referral generation, joint ventures, list building, all kinds of stuff, right? Dan Kennedy could give a masterclass just on the envelopes that direct sales letters come in. So he has this amazing quote where he says, embrace the complexity. And basically that means that, hey, look, marketing is complex, it is complicated, it is not just simple, which means most of your competitors are not going to put in the work to create explosive growth, right? They will not put their best creativity into their sales and marketing. So for the few of us who are, there's a whole new world of growth waiting out there for us. So if you're bored in your business, pick up any of Dan Kennedy's books and just take a fresh look at your sales and marketing systems, right? You'll probably see 1,000 places where you're losing leads and dollars along the way. So there are the 3 ways to fight boredom in your business, and here are some of the books that those ideas came from. If you like breakthrough ideas and timeless principles as much as I do, make sure to hit the subscribe button because you'll love every video here on the channel. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.